I spent years watching productivity videos trying to implement them, and none of it worked. And I finally understand why. During my first year in uni, I struggled a lot with studying, with everything. It was so bad that I couldn't focus in class, and I always fell asleep in class. We usually have these general courses, and people in other departments knew me as the girl who slept in class. It was so bad that there were rumors about me that I'm pregnant, and honestly it wasn't easy. I was always tired. In fact, I was drained. I could hardly focus, and it was so strange because I used to be someone that school was easy for me, but at that very point it was so difficult. Everything became so difficult for me to grasp it. And now that I'm looking back, I finally understand why. Before university, while I was preparing for my concours exams, during that very period, I lost my grandmother, my parents separated, and I had my first heartbreak. Because I was in the middle of preparing for my concours exams, I did not have time to process all of that. What do you mean? Should I start crying? I had my exams to focus on, so I did not process all of that very well. I just kept going because that's what we are told to do, to just keep on going, and that's what I did. And truth be told, it was very, very difficult for me. It was very difficult for me. In fact, it was so bad that it started showing in my studies. So I did what we are advised to do. I started watching productivity videos, started implementing productivity tips, but I would go so far, but I will fall back. I will try, I will struggle, but I'm still going to fall back. It was so bad that I paid for productivity coaching, but it never helped me. It never helped me, not because it was bad, but because I was using a wrong tool to fix that particular problem. I was using a wrong approach. I did not even understand what was happening until last year when I quit my master's, and I was just thinking about that year. Like, why was that happening? And I finally figured it out. It was because I had a nervous breakdown. There is a limit to what you can carry as a human being. There is a limit to that, and once you've passed that limit, you're going to break down. And that was exactly what happened to me. Instead of trying to restore my nervous system, I just kept pushing and trying to be everywhere at the same time. Hence the struggle. So if I could go back in that moment, if I could go back in time, what I would do is I would try to gain clarity. I will pray to God for clarity. Ask God, like, why am I feeling this? Why is it so hard for me to do the things that I used to do so easily and effortlessly? Why? That's the question that I'm going to ask myself. That's the question that I'm going to pray to God for, because it was such a strange space that I was in. And then I'm going to be patient with myself, because when your mental health is down, when your nervous system is broken, you don't need any morning routine, you don't need another productivity app. Your productive capacity has reduced, so you need to try to restore that while taking little steps to do the things that you usually do. And most importantly, you need to give yourself grace and be patient with yourself, because there are certain things that just come and turn life upside down. If you are somebody that has been struggling with productivity, the most important thing that you should do is seek clarity. Clarity will help you move through things easier. When I reflect back on my life, one thing I've realized is the most difficult moments in my life were difficult, not because of the obstacles, but because I was confused. When you're confused, it's difficult for you to act right. So always seek clarity. When you're able to understand what is happening, you can understand how to deal with it better. Because most times you're unproductive, not because you actually are lazy or not disciplined, or because you don't have the right tools. It is because it may be your nervous system that's broken down. So you just need to give yourself time and give yourself grace and understand what is happening with you, because that's very important.